This some Prevo shit, huh? Lyrically immortal beast, redesign artistically. Ha, L-I-B-R-A. I just wanna get fly with you, so fly, so fly. Really just tryna get high with you, so high, so high. They can't understand why we do everything, everywhere, every day. We walk on the moon. I just wanna get fly with you, with you, with you. Really just tryna get high with you, with you, with you. They can't understand why we do everything, everywhere, every day. We walk on the moon. Footsteps on the big clouds, yeah, we here now, ain't coming down. Cause I hear the sound of the lighter flick, sparking big clips. Took a big rip with a thick bitch and she fine too. About 5'2", throwing something smooth, we can vibe too. Match my energy and you can slide through. I like different flavors, let me try you. I just need a taste of what you really giving. Don't fight the temptation, baby, release and give in. Long as you stay loyal, we both gon' end up winning. And there was no question, I know you was down to ride by my side. Unique as a rose, for the ashes I rose. Straight from the gutter, I grew up in nose. When I made it out, I couldn't believe it. Look at the beauty outside of the streets. Mama just texted me, told me she proud of me. Your son doing better, my demon just danced with me. I'll never end up another young like casualty valley. The life and energy surrounding me. But still, I just wanna get fly with you. So fly, so fly. Really just tryna get high with you. So high, so high. They can't understand why we do everything, everywhere, every day. We walk on the moon. I just wanna get fly with you, with you, with you. Really just tryna get high with you, with you, with you. They can't understand why we do everything, everywhere, every day. We walk on the moon. We can be like Eric and Donna from the 70s show. Maybe Monica and Chandler, keep it on the low. Ross and Rachel, fucker, we let everybody know. Millhouse and Lisa type shit, give us time to grow. Like the seeds that were planted right under the snow, give them 6 months. Ordinaries the glow from the sunshine. Greatness takes time. One conversation, it should be mine. Trying to have an ad, tell me not take from me, cause I'm whole already. But I'm also kinda damaged, I got hoes already. Still a fly young king, so the hoes already. Melody, sand wavy in the flow, with steady newbie swag with a little bit of mom spaghetti. There is a kind of lyrical, no, it's not a subliminal. With pissy elevators and smoking my summer pools. And I made it out. Yeah, I struggle from time to time, but I'm happy now. Obstacles coming in, I see them, but I ain't backing down. Old homies that hated on me, still coming back around. But I'm cool with it, cause we fly like paper, get high like planes. Sitting here laughing at all y'all lanes. I'm a beast unleashed, I can't be tamed. But you won't ever forget my name. L-I-B-R-A. I just wanna get fly with you. So fly, so fly. Really just tryna get high with you. So high, so high. They can't understand why we do everything, everywhere, every day. We walk on the moon. I just wanna get fly with you, with you, with you. Really just tryna get high with you, with you, with you. They can't understand why we do everything, everywhere, every day. We walk on the moon.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, planet Earth, in parts some might call unknown, it is time for Season 5, Episode 18 of the House Divided podcast. And even more importantly, I hear myself in the background.
That's not good.
Don't know from where. And final podcast of 2021.
Well, Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
I forgot
Crazy.
to press the intro button. Hi, guys. We're here. What's up?
We'll just do the entire podcast from the intro screen.
No, I forgot to the this excellence intro button that we start out with.
Oh.
Oopsie.
Well,
and
you know.
even more importantly, yes, we are a day late once again. This is the most likely, probably the final podcast of being late. I think next week we'll be able to get back on schedule.
Hopefully.
Once we get the holidays out of the way.
Yeah, that's It always seems to happen.
Yeah.
It's understandable, you know?
Yeah, it happens. So, with that being said, I am doing some scrolling to get to where I need to be. Bingo bango. Here we are. Let's hop right into the end of the show. Stupid people say stupid things. I only have one this week.
Unbelievable. The best I could do is 5.
Oof. Well, I guess I'll start with my one.
Alrighty.
Once I pull that up. What's wrong? And I'm gonna go out and say this. The only reason I have one is because I was feeling generous during the holiday season. That's it.
I mean,
that's the only reason why. It was Christmas last week. I didn't want to put too many people on blast, but this one person,
I can't. There's too many stupid.
This one person needed to. He needed to know. I also had to just plug my phone in too. Oops. And this one person on Twitter is Ross Fullerton, who writes for some Ohio State athletics reporting thing. He writes for BuckeyeScoop.com.
All right.
If you haven't heard of BuckeyeScoop.com, you're not missing much, because honestly, I had never really heard of them either.
I mean, I haven't heard of them, but that shouldn't come as a shock.
I am actually going to go see if there's anything. If BuckeyeScoop.com has a Twitter, Ross Fullerton only has less than 10,000 followers.
So not huge by any means.
Yeah. Let's see. BuckeyeScoop.com has 14,000. Like I said,
honestly, more than I was expecting.
Never heard of him before. But let's get back to Ross Fullerton. He tweeted on Sunday afternoon at 3:52 p.m. I think Ohio State fans insufficiently appreciate how big of a mistake it was by Urban Meyer choosing Dwayne Haskins over Joe Burrow. No, Ross. And Ross got drugged through the mud on Twitter after that.
Yes, as he should.
No, Ross. No. In 2018, when Dwayne Haskins was the starter, Dwayne Haskins set Big Ten records.
Yes, he did.
Dwayne Haskins was a Heisman finalist.
Yep.
On a team that had one of the worst defenses any Ohio State fan had ever seen in the past 20 years before this year.
That's unbelievable.
The 2018 defense was putrid, which is how they lost to Purdue.
Oh, yeah, that was the Purdue year.
Yep. How Purdue scored 60 points on Ohio State.
And I believe you guys scored 60 on us that year.
Probably
Maybe.
More.
Not 100.
No. But Joe Burrow, that same year in 2018, was quite literally average in the SEC. He won 7 games. He threw for 56% passing percentage or completion percentage.
Definitely not. Not what you want.
No. Dwayne Haskins all around was better in 2018 in his 1 year. This in the NFL, Joe Burrow's a better pro, I'll say it.
Oh, yeah.
Dwayne Haskins should have stayed in college an extra year, but I mean, Justin Fields came and that wasn't going to happen.
No.
Especially with Urban Meyer leaving. That is my one stupid person. Ross Fullerton. Ross Fullerton, you, sir, are a
loser.
Man, I don't even know which one to start with. I guess we'll go here.
I'm excited.
On a tweet from former Lions running back Kerryon Johnson.
Oh boy.
Who?
Where's he at now?
To be honest, I don't think he's on a team. I'm not positive, but I don't know. I haven't heard his name all year. I didn't even know I still followed him.
Kerryon Johnson is currently with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Could have fooled me. But anyway. He was
As a
simply
practice squad
asking-
member.
Oh, okay. That's why. He was asking, for all my gun owners out there, what's your favorite weapon? He was asking for recommendations because I guess he was buying a gun. In comes Auburn, not Auburn, even though it's an Auburn account. Auburn. I'm not quite sure what the reason for that spelling is, but it's there.
Yes.
I know you didn't live in Detroit for 3 years without a gun. Yes, because everybody in Detroit has to own a gun to survive. And you think Kerryon Johnson was actually living in downtown Detroit, which is actually, like, I mean, I know the city overall gets a terrible reputation, but downtown is not a bad place.
No.
Kerryon, I guarantee you, Kerryon wasn't living downtown. He wasn't living in Detroit. He's probably living in, like, I don't know, West Bloomfield, or I don't know,
Auburn Hills
somewhere.
area.
Yeah, a suburb somewhere out there. Just ridiculous. So of course this guy got dragged through the mud. He didn't quite understand why that was. I don't know. We move on to Amelia from Facebook.
Oh no.
The NASCAR Twitter account, or the NASCAR Facebook account, put out a tweet that said simply, "Happy Kwanzaa." Hey, good stuff. You know, NASCAR is they're trying to be much more inclusive and everything like that, as they should be. They have a long way to go, but they're trying. Amelia comes in with, "Happy Boxing Day. I can endorse that, at least." You can't endorse Kwanzaa? Plenty of people were asking. And her reasoning was, it's just another made-up holiday. Okay, then by that standard, every holiday's made up. None of them are real. All holidays are made up. Goodness gracious. I mean, you know, safe to assume that person's racist. I mean, we have to understand that. If you're just gonna shit on Kwanzaa just because it's not, I don't know, it's not Christmas. I don't know.
Labor Day is a made-up holiday.
Every literally, by that standard, every holiday is made up. It makes no sense. This is more of a group of people here for number 3. And that is everybody who has gone on to any college football playoff team's account and seen them, like, enjoying the cities that they have their game in. Mainly, I haven't gone on to the other teams in the playoff, but on Michigan's, you know, there's plenty of pictures of the team at the beach and things like that, but there's also plenty of pictures of, you know, them practicing and things like that. And the amount of people that are good, just like, this is why they won't win. They won't be ready. Every team is doing this. What, do you just want them to practice 12 hours a day the entire time they're in Orlando?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? There's a ton of people that are doing that. Yeah, and there's plenty of, I haven't seen any Ohio State fans doing this, but there's plenty of Spartan fans that are like, yep, this is why you're going to lose. And it's just like, I can just go and search Georgia Football Beach, and you can find our opponent on the beach in Orlando. Like, come on. I don't know what people expect.
I think you don't see a lot of Ohio State fans doing it because they just don't fucking care. Like, they don't. Because...
Yeah, Michigan State fans are just trying so hard to cling on to their Super Bowl win all year long. And every Michigan fan, I think, would gladly lose to MSU every year if we're going to go 11-1 and go to the playoff. Like, come on here.
Like, Ohio State fans all of us have moved on. Well, the overwhelming majority of us have moved on.
Most of it.
I am actually hard pressed to find Ohio State fans that really give, like, 100% give a damn about the Rose Bowl. Like, we're just skip the bowl game, take us to 2022, the 2022 season.
Which is sad because the Rose Bowl should be a big deal. And it just, ever since the playoff has come around, it really just doesn't feel like it. You know? It sucks, but it's the way it is right now. And notably, one of the people that are, saying, don't get distracted, don't party too hard down there. You guys have a job to do. One of the people just found this interesting, little nugget. His name was Eddie Vedder. Somebody came along and just said, written any new songs lately? Oh, good stuff.
So I'm going to say this. I'm going to stop and just, speaking of musicians or music, I just hope to God that no matter what happens, very soon, I think it was Pop Evil that wrote a song called "We Are the Wolverines."
I actually haven't heard that one, but they are they wrote a song called "In the Big House," which I actually hate.
That's what it is.
It's very cheesy. I don't like that song at all.
I hear it 3 times a day on 103.5 or whatever the rock station we get from Traverse City is.
Huh. I mean, I haven't heard that song in probably years. Like, it's in my Spotify somewhere, but every time it comes around, I skip it. I think it's incredibly cheesy.
It is Pop Evil, though, right?
It is Pop Evil, yep.
And, like, I like Pop Evil, but
I do as well.
I hear that song, like, anytime I turn on to 103.5 or 105.3, whatever it is here that we get from over in Traverse City, I will hear it.
Yeah, I didn't know people still liked it.
I never knew it was a thing until this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been around a little while. And I mean, I nobody really. I don't think there's many Michigan fans who enjoy it.
Okay.
We put it in the same sort of category as. Did you ever hear that rap song that had Jim Harbaugh in it?
No, but this sounds like a glorious level of terrible.
I think it was when he first got to Michigan, and it might have been written when he was with the Niners, but then of course it got adapted over here as well, and it's just some guy rapping, I think, about Michigan. I haven't heard the song in years, but the chorus of the song is Jim basically just going, "Who's got it better than us?" The video is also equally hilarious. It's so bad.
But
yeah, we don't like to talk about that one either.
Just speaking about music, I hope, like, whatever happens, it happens at this point. But God, I hope we don't hear that song much longer.
I think it's probably only getting played, because Michigan's relevant. But my final stupid person saying a stupid thing came today, because of course it did. There's always a late entry. I saw somebody ask on Twitter, because there was this hilarious Jim Harbaugh interview today. When he was asked about Daxton Hill, who the rumor is so we know he didn't travel with the team. I guess he's on his way now, but the rumor is that he had COVID, so he had to stay back. And Jim was asked if he was good to go, and he gave like such a non-answer. And then Marty Smith asked if he was in Miami, and Jim just goes, "He might be." It's hilarious. But no, somebody was asking for the context on that, so I basically explained it to him. And then somebody came along and replied to me. This person is an Indiana fan of all people.
God, I hate Indiana football fans.
He says, "I think it's more. If he's here, Harbaugh is insinuating that they let him come on the team plane while contagious because, well, it's the playoffs," which absolutely did not happen. Like that, no. Dax has been in Ann Arbor up until today. I guess he flew down tonight. So this Indiana fan is just insinuating something that did not happen. Because we know he was not on the team plane. We just the reason hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but it's fairly I think obvious that he must have tested positive for COVID.
I would assume so. The Michigan State Spartans right now are not having the time of their life against the Pitt Panthers.
Has it gotten worse? Last I saw it was 14-10.
21 gonna be 21-10. It's I mean, that's pending the extra point. It's 2010 right now. Let's move on to the news.
Let's move on to the news. There is no bit of good news in here, man.
You want to start us off?
Man, no. This sucks. This one definitely hit home, I think, to basically everyone who's been a fan of football ever.
Yeah.
Pro Football Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, one of the best broadcasters in all of football and all of sports. And, of course, the namesake of the EA NFL video games, John Madden, passes away at age 85, 2 days after the All Madden documentary airs. And the family had said that this was unexpected. They didn't think that that this was happening this soon. But, I mean, the timing is just wild. Like, that, I couldn't believe that. And I hadn't watched the documentary on Christmas Day. I knew it was going to streaming services eventually, and family stuff and everything. I'm pretty much one of the only football fans that was chilling around there, so we did not watch it. But wow. So I just yep, touchdown Pitt. There it is.
Yep.
It sucks for so many reasons. Something like Madden, when he was talking about why he did the video game, why he was involved in that, was because he thought it was just a great way to teach a younger generation about football. And that's precisely what the game did for me. Like, I didn't play football, so any early knowledge I had of it was just playing Madden and stuff like that. So, and of course, as someone who loves broadcasting and loves and appreciates good broadcasters, like it's every way possible, man. This hit me hard.
1 second, I have to answer this text, but keep going if you have anything else to say.
I mean, I could probably rant all day about John Madden, but what a guy. I don't. Every now and then, you get a famous person that passes away, and there's those certain people that don't have anything good to say about him or anything. I don't think anybody has a bad thing to say about John Madden.
Yeah, that is very true. All I'm really gonna say, John Madden made me enjoy watching the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's it. I have nothing bad to say about him. That was his biggest impact on me. Was that he just made watching the NFL enjoyable.
I mean, nobody could break things down. Literally anything. I don't know. The clip has gone around all over the place since this, and it's in the All Madden documentary as well. of him breaking down Troy Aikman's inability to grow a beard. Like, who can do that
Right.
and make it entertaining?
I'm very excited to watch the All Madden documentary this weekend.
It's great. Like it's so wild because if for those that watched it on Christmas and for the people that didn't see it until afterwards, it hits differently for each group of those people.
Yeah.
Like if you watched it on Christmas, it's like, oh man, that's pretty cool. John Madden's great. And then now it's like, man, just to look back at everything he did. And somebody said it's most people can be successful with like one career. Like he was successful in everything he did. Like all accounts, he was a phenomenal player that had his playing days cut short due to injury. We know he's a great coach, Super Bowl champion coach, great broadcaster, great in commercials. Like the guy's just great at everything.
Everything he did, and because he actually he gave a damn. There, that's just the best way to put it. He had for everything he did. He wanted to be phenomenal at it. He didn't want to just be okay at it.
And that was not a fun story to wake up to the other day.
I was out at dinner at one of the local bars in town, and that broke. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's one of those, like, you remember where you were when you first heard that news, I think.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many of those moments for me. Like, I remember I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota on a boat eating pizza when I found out Michael Jackson died. Like, weird things like that. I feel like that's one of those ones that you remember where you were.
Yeah.
And that I hope that EA comes out with the most phenomenal video game next year as just a way to honor him and really step their game up. Because right now, the game ain't doing that.
Yeah.
It's it was so sad. Like, I finished the documentary yesterday and immediately was like, I'm gonna go play some Madden. Servers are down, of course. I can't do shit.
Can't play the game.
No. That was
yeah.
a kick in the dick right there. But if you have nothing else to say, we can move on to.
I don't have much else.
Not good news, but better than this.
I don't have a lot to say. Let's move on. As of this point, as of today, 5 bowl games have been canceled due to COVID-19. The Military, Fenway, Hawaii, Holiday, and Arizona Bowl, with 2 more games that have had to have one team drop out, forcing the bowl organizers to find other opponents. Central Michigan is to the Arizona Bowl. Correct?
They are out of the Arizona Bowl to the Sun Bowl.
Oh, okay. You have that worded differently. Central Michigan is out of the Arizona Bowl after Boise State drops out to the Sun Bowl, and Rutgers is replacing Texas A&M in the Gator Bowl against Wake Forest on, I think, the 1st.
Right, I think the Gator Bowl is a first of the year game. And Rutgers, stupid Rutgers. Of course, it's stupid Rutgers.
I mean, hey,
they're 5-7, but here they are. How is Rutgers the best 5-7 team?
Big Ten team.
I guess that has to be it.
That game is actually tomorrow, by the way, at 11 a.m.
Gross. Poor stupid Rutgers, man. They ain't got a prayer.
Spread's 11.5.
I'm amazed that it's that low. Wake Forest can score.
Yeah.
And Rutgers doesn't really have a great defense.
Final bit of news real quick. I'll just run this one. The NHL is slowly beginning to restart play with 3 games happening on Tuesday. 6 happened Wednesday. The league has also announced changes to the COVID-19 protocol, shortening isolation period for players who test positive from 10 days to 5. This new protocol will only be in effect where allowed by local health departments, and unless the NHL can receive exemption from the Canadian government, it will not be applied to the Canadian teams.
It's very interesting that they're doing this as everything is really starting to get bad again. It's a curious move, but I mean, if it already ain't working, so it can't not work more.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I get you want to try and shorten it because even with them not doing the Olympics and they have that whole month of February now,
Yeah.
you only still have so many days.
Well, and of course, I would imagine that applies more so to vaccinated players, maybe, because there's only one. I believe Tyler Bertuzzi is the only unvaccinated player left.
Jesus.
He ain't budging, man. I wish he would, because we need him in Canada. We need him in every game. I mean, he's one of the best players on the Red Wings. Like, we need him, man. But he's sticking to his guns on that one.
Good on him, I guess. I mean, not really.
Not really. I mean, if every single one of your, hundreds and hundreds of coworkers has gotten the vaccine, how are you okay with just being the only one that didn't? I know there was 5 unvaccinated players when the season started. Well, then 6 because Evander Kane lied.
Shocker.
Evander Kane. Oh man, Evander Kane, what a doofus. But in so many ways he's a doofus. But yeah, come on, Tyler, please, we're begging you. You won't grow a cock out of your forehead. It's fine. There's no tracking chips in these things.
Oh God. And anything else to add on that?
I think the fact that no cocks are growing out of your forehead.
That is almost as clippable as what Jeff said about the Buffalo Sabres not being able to buy a 69 this year.
By the way, how are they doing on that?
Let's find out real quick.
I'm looking it up. I remember they started off well, but then I think they got really bad. They currently have 25 points, which is good for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th in the Atlantic. So hey, I mean, they might. You never know. Double-digit wins already this year,
which is surprising. Tampa is getting their dicks kicked in by Florida, by Big Bob there down in Florida.
Red Wings sitting there in 3rd in the division. But anyway, let's move on to the bowl games.
Move on to the 7-8 bowl games that did happen
I was going to say,
last week.
We picked about 12 of these things, I think. And then, yeah, cancellations, man.
Yeah, I'm away from my notes. Here we go. I got my notes.
Notes are good to have.
The Armed Forces Bowl. These are bowl games from December 22nd to the 28th, by the way, of December. Armed Forces Bowl. Army 24, Missouri 22. We talked about this. I brought this up in Chump of the Week last week, I believe.
Oh, did we? I mean, I don't know. We might have talked about it because I believe it was last Wednesday.
Yeah.
So.
The Frisco Football Classic. Miami of Ohio beat North Texas 27-14.
Shit bowl.
The Gasparilla Bowl. University of Central Florida beat the Florida Gators 29-27.
Yikes.
First win for Florida or for UCF over Florida.
Ever?
Yes.
Really? Huh, I wouldn't have guessed that. I mean, I guess UCF's UCF being actually good at football is a relatively new thing, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm
Florida
trying to
problems.
There was
a fight in this game, wasn't
there? Possibly.
I believe I saw that.
I'm trying to think. There was I wanted to check on something. There was a Florida Gators player who later in the game went out with a gruesome injury.
Oh no. Yeah, good for UCF though. I mean, I'm sure that doesn't isn't a
Okay,
great
here we
feeling
go.
for
Thank
you
you.
there, but
Justin Shorter for the Florida Gators. It was a special teams injury. He had to be actually no, it wasn't. It was actually during a play on, I think ended up being on third down, if I remember correctly. He went up to try and catch a pass, but as he came down, he hit his head back on the turf. Hit the back of his head on the turf.
Kind of similar to that injury to the who was that guy on the Chargers? Hit his head on the back of his head on the ground.
Oh God, this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about because Fox did a bad with that.
Donald Parham.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I mean, we've already talked about it, but zooming in on a guy's face, it's clearly knocked out. Ridiculous.
So, on Christmas Eve, following the bowl game, I finally found it. So the night of, Justin Shorter did post a picture, a selfie on Instagram.
Alrighty.
On Friday, Christmas Eve, I believe the day after the bowl game, his family reported that he was doing well and was cleared to head home from the hospital.
Yeah, man, it was. I feel like this doesn't happen as much, and now we've got 2 in 2 weeks. Where
so it doesn't happen a lot, but it is one of those scary injuries.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are plenty of ways to get a concussion in football. I mean, I feel like that's a wild way to get one.
That was all I really wanted to check up on this game because with everything happening, the Gasparilla Bowl happened on the 23rd with everything with Christmas and everything. I forgot to just go look to see how what was going on with that. I'm glad Justin Shorter is doing better. The Camellia Bowl, Georgia State beat Ball State 51-20. Ball State sucks balls, and I believe I picked Ball State.
I don't know who I picked here. Why would you pick Ball State?
I did not pick Ball State. I picked Georgia State.
That's good. I mean,
probably because Ball State sucks balls.
I'm glad you said it because one of us was going to have to. I mean, Ball State, they suck. They pretty much suck balls.
I've said it all year.
Yup.
The Quick Lane Bowl, Western Michigan beat Nevada 52-24.
Hell yeah, they did.
Jesus, this game happened.
You were a bit wrong on that one.
Was I?
You picked so I don't remember if you picked Western Nevada or what you did.
I picked Nevada.
I did remember you saying that you thought it was going to be hard for Western Michigan to get hyped up for the bowl game because they really weren't traveling anywhere because that bowl game is in Detroit.
Yeah, they traveled, an hour and a half from Kalamazoo?
Maybe, if that.
Yeah, I did pick Nevada. Nevada was the favorite, and I went with them, and yeah, I was wrong. The Birmingham Bowl, Houston beat Auburn 17-13.
And here's where I was wrong. I was on Auburn. Only notable thing from this game is after the fact. Houston head coach Dana Holgerson was rather upset the fact that the media really didn't care much about them winning, and they interviewed Auburn more.
Yep. I did see that. Or hear
Which
about
is
that.
Interesting. I mean, I'm sure he's happy about the win, but yeah, I mean, come on, put a little respect on Houston.
Yeah. The First Responder Bowl, Air Force beat Louisville 31-28.
Oh, yeah, go Air Force.
I glad to see the service academies doing well here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the two that are here,
Yeah.
bowl game wins. Close ones, but wins nonetheless.
Yeah. The Liberty Bowl, Texas Tech beat Mississippi State 34-7. I was wrong about this.
Oh, Mike Leach. Oh, I'm sorry. He can't be having a good time. That was a rough one. Poor Mike Leach. But hey, I mean, Texas Tech, solid win.
Yeah, good win for them.
One of these years, I want Liberty in the Liberty Bowl. Can that happen?
Give me Liberty or give me death in the Liberty Bowl.
Yes.
And finally, the most depressing bowl game in football.
Which actually was played at Guaranteed Rate Field.
Was it really? I thought it was played at Chase Field.
Oh, okay. So it might have been. I knew it was played at a baseball field.
Yes.
Because at halftime, the players walked into dugouts. It may have been Chase Field then. I didn't double check that. I just then that makes even less sense.
Yeah, I know.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, I guess
Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona.
I mean, I guess it's warm and has a roof. I guess it's more of a destination than Chicago.
Yeah. Minnesota beat West Virginia 18-6.
Hell yeah, PJ Fleck.
I remember who I had in this game.
I believe I went with Minnesota. They were -6.5.
I went with West Virginia there. Oops.
Rip.
Is that all the bowl games? That is all the bowl games. We're flying through the show here today.
I mean, let's go through, or do we want to just do the ones from Wednesday till next Tuesday on next week's show?
Yeah, we'll do. That's
That's probably easier for me anyway.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because there are obviously, since we are a day late, there's games that were final yesterday and games that have been final today. Games currently in progress. So
yeah,
we'll just do those next week. That makes more sense.
Yeah. So we'll roll on to the NFL. Like I said, we're kind of flying through the show today.
We are, but the picks, man.
Yeah.
There's every bowl game but the national championship game that remains.
Yeah.
We got a lot to get through.
Starting with the one at 10:30 tonight.
Yeah. God damn it. So many.
Thursday night football, Tennessee beat San Francisco 20-17.
Yes, they did.
In overtime, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Game was a bit of a mess. Not really a good game. Jimmy Garoppolo is not good. He's banged up as well, so he's even less good. So we might get some Trey Lance action in San Francisco's next game.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it isn't gonna hurt them.
I mean, we gotta see him sooner or later. Like, we gotta get Trey Lance in these games. I'm amazed it's been Jimmy G for as long as it has.
He's been winning them games.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Baker Mayfield situation. He's winning them some games. He's just there. He made some brutal throws in this game, though. Just unbelievably horrible.
Yeah. So moving on to Saturday afternoon, Christmas Day, Green Bay beat Cleveland 24-22. Baker Mayfield threw 4 interceptions?
4 picks for Baker Mayfield, and yet Cleveland still backdoor covered my ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I had a phenomenal Christmas weekend of betting. It was a great weekend. I believe I finished 7-1. 8-2, because there was this game. I had a single game parlay on this game that all I needed was Green Bay to cover, and they were doing so until Cleveland scored a late touchdown.
Yep.
And then the other game we'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, thanks, Cleveland.
Over to
still
Twitch
a very
chat just for. Go ahead, finish your thought.
Still a very, very good Christmas. I know this isn't backdoor cover, but phenomenal phenomenal weekend at the digital sportsbook.
It's good. I, on the
I
other
needed it
hand,
so bad.
struggled.
I was cold for like a solid week. Like ice could I didn't win a bet all like 5-6 days beforehand. So needed that.
Indianapolis beat Arizona 22-16.
What were you saying about Twitch chat?
I was just looking over to see look through Twitch chat just for a second.
Okay.
Good evening, Ash. Have good night, good evening. Yes, hello there. Brain.
Hello.
Indianapolis beat Arizona 22-16. First off, this game was weird because Jonathan Taylor had 170 yards, something like that. 100 and something yards. With no
He was
touchdown.
over 100 yards. No fucking touchdowns. And that was the other thing that killed me.
This game was also weird in the fact that the Colts more or less had control, but they didn't. 108 yards on 27 carries, no touchdown.
Yeah. Killed me.
It felt like he had so much more.
I mean, I know I think he had some receiving yards, so that might have been
be it. This was a game that felt like the Colts were in control so long, but they were only up 12-6.
Yeah, just managing the whole deal. I mean, Jonathan Taylor doing everything that we expect him to do other than get in the end zone, but
yeah,
it's just been the Colts formula lately, and they are rolling.
Yeah. Arizona, on the other hand,
yikes.
They're frauds.
They are so bad, man. Like, how do you get outplayed by the Detroit Lions for 60 minutes? I know that game happened last week, but they were never in that game.
No. And Arizona has, I believe, clinched a playoff spot. Yes, they have.
Through some crap and some shitty performances from some other teams. Yes.
Yes, they finally did clinch a playoff spot, but they started 7-0, and they are
10-5 or 10 and something, I think.
10-5. They started off 7-0, and now they are 3-4, 3-5.
And they didn't even lose all the games without Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Honestly, they might have been better. I don't know. Who was starting for them? Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy did for a little bit.
I don't know why. I enjoy Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy started for a little bit, and then Chris Streveler made 2 appearances.
I've never heard that name in my life.
Yeah, neither did I until I just looked it up. Let's keep rolling. On to Sunday. Atlanta beat Detroit 20-16. I didn't watch this game.
Full disclosure, I did not either. I was on my way back home.
Oh,
so
that's awkward.
I kept up with it the best that I can. I guess Dan Campbell kicked a field goal late in the game, down 7, that people weren't happy about. Of course they lose by 4, but I don't want to win any more games. We still have a shot at the number 1 pick if the Jags can help us out here. So
yeah. I mean, you're down 7. You need to take the points and then try and get the onside kick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to win any more games. I wanted to win 1. I didn't want to win 2, but here we are. I just didn't want to go defeated, basically. Didn't want to go 0-17.
Fair enough. Moving on.
This team could have, if the ball bounces a different way, if we clean up some mistakes. I mean, this team could have won 7 games this year, which is absolutely wild given this roster.
This Detroit Lions team is fucking terrible.
I don't understand. Like, we've been in some, like, how can the people that are on this team be in position where they could have won like 7 games?
I I honestly think it might be like the Nebraska Cornhuskers effect. Like a similar thing where teams just don't get off the fucking bus against them.
Maybe.
Like you look at some of Detroit's positive results, even though in the NFL a tie is not a positive result like it is in soccer.
No.
Ties.
I think ties worse than a loss, pretty much.
Like their game against the Ravens, they lost on a 66-yard field goal. The Ravens played terrible up until that final drive. And the Ravens didn't even play good on that final drive. The Lions just kind of quit.
Ravens had a bad second half in that game. First half, they had us pretty good.
The Vikings, 19-17.
Last second field goal.
The Vikings played terrible that game.
I mean, the Vikings aren't good.
Yeah, well, yeah. Rams, they lost by 9 against the Rams, but
I believe we led at halftime.
Yes, Dan Campbell and the offensive coordinator and the whole team pulled out all of the stops against the Rams.
Yeah, that was.
And it showed the following week when they lost 44-6 to the Eagles.
That was the first game that I saw us winning all year, and then that was our biggest loss.
Yeah, they pulled out all the stops against the Rams and couldn't get it done. The tie, the Steelers played bad.
Both teams were so terrible.
Yeah, that was fitting to end in a tie.
That overtime was one of the worst examples of football, the worst excuse for football I've ever seen.
People say the Penn State-Illinois 9 overtime game set football back. No.
No, not like this did.
Yeah. The loss to the Browns. The Browns is the Browns. Baker didn't play good.
No.
And I mean, the Lions had Tim Boyle as their starter.
Yeah, we did this last week too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't remember if Jared Goff had COVID or I know he's hurt a little bit right now, but yeah, Tim Boyle.
Like the Browns didn't play good, and the Browns haven't been great all year. They've been kind of just not. Lost to the Bears on Thanksgiving. Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton was the starting quarterback, and Andy Dalton played average-ish.
That game sucked. Fuck the Bears.
Win against the Vikings, win against the Cardinals, and then I don't know enough about what happened with the Falcons.
Not a good. I mean, I've seen some highlights, and like I said, I kept up with it the best I could on the road and everything, but that was not good. Yeah. Neither team played good in that one.
Let's move on though. The Cincinnati Bengals. Unless you have anything else to say about this game.
Nope.
Okay. I'd say I don't have enough to say about it because I didn't watch the game. I haven't seen a whole lot about it. Cincinnati Bengals beat Baltimore 41-21.
Holy fucking Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow played phenomenal.
Do you still hate the Joe Burrow pick?
It is a very gray area for me. With where the Bengals are right now, and it still depends on what happens these next 2 weeks. Do I hate it? No.
I mean, you got that, and then the Jamar Chase pick. Like, I know you wanted different players both times, but I think you guys got some dudes on your hands.
Yes, that I will say. The thing that scares me about this game, and Baltimore Ravens fans have been crying about it all week, about how the Ravens were extremely hurt. They had 20-some players on the IR.
Huh? What?
The Ravens had, yeah, I know what you're getting at.
What?
Did you actually not hear that?
No.
Oh, Baltimore Ravens fans have been complaining all week because they had like 20 some odd players on the IR or COVID list.
So did the Lions when we won.
Yeah. The only thing that scares me about this game is this Bengals team looked like the Bengals that I've seen at various points this year where they can't run the fucking ball.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, your quarterback's not going to throw for 525 yards every game.
Hey, maybe he will. Maybe Joe Burrow is just the greatest quarterback of all time.
I don't think so. Joe Mixon ran for 65 yards. He did have a touchdown on 20 carries, I believe. 19. Or no, 18, I'm sorry.
Definitely wants some more yardage with that amount of carries for sure.
It's like this Bengals team, their run blocking is terrible. Joe Burrow did get sacked 3 times for 30 yards. This offensive line at points is atrocious, is terrible, is comically bad. Chris Evans ran the ball 1 time and he got 1 yard.
I cannot believe Chris Evans is in the NFL.
But other than that, like, I mean, this is a game, like, the Bengals defense looked good.
For once, yes.
Yes. They looked like a defense. They looked like a legitimate defense.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see how good the Bengals are this week.
Yeah, and
they got a test on their hands.
That scares me. The Bengals' rush defense looked very good, holding Devonta Freeman to 17 yards and I believe, 2-yard touchdown. Yeah, that's what it was.
Something like that.
That's what it was. So they have a stranglehold on the division, and that's all I care about. If they're going to make the playoffs, I mean, it's interesting because I thought they were going to see the Chiefs twice if they made the playoffs, which they probably will if they have do anything in the playoffs. I don't know if this team is going to be dangerous in the playoffs. It's hard to say because they are the most one-dimensional team in football sometimes.
I'll tell you who you don't want to see, I think, right now in the playoffs, if you're anybody, is the Colts.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see the Colts. I wouldn't want to see the Chiefs.
Nope. Patriots, probably not, even though they've looked
Yeah. Let's move on. The Rams beat Minnesota 30-23.
Yay.
Yeah. Rams are rolling. They're getting hot at the right time. They're a team I wouldn't want to see in the NFC side.
Nope, not at all.
Where am I at? Buffalo. There we go. 33-21 over New England. I did not see this one coming. Unfortunately, because somehow the CBS this was the game shown regionally here. Maybe just because it was the national TV game. I don't know for that slot.
Maybe.
But this game was not really fun to watch. In fact, I fell asleep during it.
I mean, yeah, I thought Buffalo had a good chance to win this one. The first time these two teams played, they really, obviously that was the game that was ridiculously windy, and the Pats won with Mac Jones throwing the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
So we actually saw these two teams play in a little bit easier conditions for once. But going into Foxborough and winning on the road is always tough. So
Especially
props to
like
Buffalo.
this.
Yeah. Yep. Patriots are getting cold at the wrong time.
Yeah, they are. I say I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would want to see the Patriots because that defense can be really good.
I mean,
But
postseason Bill Belichick, you don't want to see the Patriots.
right now, the Patriots are, and not just the Patriots. Mac Jones, they're kind of showing a little bit of youth.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones is kind of hitting a little bit of a rookie ball right now.
Yeah.
But you know he's shown a lot of promise, really all year long. So he'll be fine. Patriots will be fine. I don't know about this year, but long term, I think.
Yeah. Moving on to the shit bowl of the week. Why was this game a thing?
I don't even. I think there was one game that was more of a shit bowl.
The New York Jets beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 26-21.
Jags, man, oh man,
They're terrible.
These Jags, they're so bad.
Trevor Lawrence has still not thrown one touchdown pass in the since November.
Jesus.
Or two. I'm sorry, two since the calendar hit November. Zach Wilson threw for 102 yards.
Yeah, I still don't know why Zach Wilson was drafted as high as he was. Trevor Lawrence, on the other hand, he'll be all right eventually. Just things right now in Jacksonville are not good. Get Kellen Moore down there with him. I think he'll fix Trevor Lawrence up real good.
Apparently, the person who caught the Zach Wilson touchdown pass was an offensive lineman.
Yes. Yes, he was.
Right.
Oh, by the way, back to the bowl games really quick. Yes. I'm sure you saw this. And he's right in the center of the screen. Daniel was on the college picks. Daniel Falele, offensive tackle for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
I saw that.
With the big man touchdown.
I saw that.
Like, lined up as a fullback and just hand it to the big fella and let him roll in. You ain't got no chance of stopping that. I figured you'd love that.
I did see that, and that was hilarious to see.
I mean, that dude's huge. And also, I thought it was a fun little note that the average weight of the Minnesota Golden Gophers offensive line is 30 pounds heavier than that of the Minnesota Vikings. They have beef.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
God. Like, I think they're at the average weight of their offensive line is 334 pounds.
Real quick, back to, and before we move on from the Jags, everybody was upset with Urban Meyer for not giving the ball to James Robinson. James Robinson only got the ball 3 times against the Jets.
I don't even, who's even their interim head coach?
I don't know.
He's just as bad.
God, what's his name? Oh, God. He was the one that took over after Patricia got fired for the Lions.
Oh, Darryl Bevel.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't. Yeah, no, that's just as bad. Doesn't, just because it was Urban Meyer doing it, it doesn't make it any worse or any better. That's, you can't do that. You got a dude back there. Give him the
3 times. Dare Ogunbowale, I think is how the last name's pronounced. 17 carried the ball 17 times. Moving on, I just wanted to throw that note out there. Moving on, Philadelphia beat the New York Giants 34-10. Who the fuck cares?
Giants, worst record in the league since the boat photo.
Yeah.
They gotta release Sterling Shepard. They gotta get Sterling Shepard out of town because he is the only one left from that picture.
From that picture on the roster.
He's the only one still there.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
you gotta go. You gotta move on from that.
You're right.
If anything else, just so the memes can stop.
You're right.
Like, for anyone who says that it's not in effect, there's only one guy that's still there. That one guy's still there. He's gotta go.
Oh,
Trade him for a 7th round pick. I don't care. Get rid of Sterling Shepard.
then who would they have in his spot?
Nobody, but that's fine.
Tampa Bay.
You got Kenny Galladay, who they overpaid for.
That is true.
Hey, Kenny Galladay should be buying Matthew Stafford Christmas gifts for the rest of his career because Matthew Stafford, I think, got that guy paid.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, you're seeing Kenny Galladay with Daniel Jones and whoever else the Giants have been throwing out there. Oh boy, not good.
Yeah. Let's roll on. Tampa Bay finally looked like Tampa Bay again. Beat the Carolina Panthers 32-6.
Cam Newton might retire. I mean, hey, that's not good. That is not good. I feel bad for Cam. I mean, I know a lot of people just like to keep hitting the man while he's down, but I like Cam Newton, and I don't want to see him go out like this. But
yeah.
he is not good.
He's struggling right now.
I mean, his play style was, that classic unsustainable thing.
Yeah.
As you get older, that's just inevitable for a quarterback like him. It's you just can't
Especially
do it
with his size, because he's a
big guy.
Yeah.
Cam is not back, but he's more back than Texas.
Texas will never be back.
I mean, you never know. Quinn Ewers might lead him to the promised land. Probably not, but
that Texas team will find a way to screw up somewhere.
I mean, I have some faith in Steve Sarkisian, but it's Texas. I mean, they will never be back.
Yeah. Let's talk about a team that is in the state of Texas.
Fuck this game, man.
The Houston Texans beat the LA Chargers 41-29. What happened here?
I don't know.
I saw the score.
Zero idea.
As I said earlier, I fell asleep during the Buffalo New England game because I just didn't care about that game. I wake up and I see that Houston is beating the Chargers, and I was like, what?
I think that Houston has solved one of their problems. No pun intended.
They got problems.
I think they've solved one of their problems, and I don't think quarterback is a need that they need to address going forward. I think Davis Mills, out of nowhere, has looked really good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I don't know if you remember the bit for the Pat McAfee show around the draft last year of neck circumference leading to NFL success.
Yes.
Davis Mills has the biggest, not even just circumference. His neck is huge. It's so long. He's a goofy looking dude, but he's been playing really well. It's the only reason really that Houston won this game. I mean, I think he was the best player on the field that day. He's better than Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, he threw for 336 and a touchdown, but 2 interceptions.
Yeah. I mean, Chargers are back to being inconsistent. I don't like that. I want the Chargers to be successful, but because I really like Justin Herbert. But this was, oh man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's see.
I don't remember if I told you this. So this game was happening while I was on the road.
Yep.
And I don't know if I told you this, but I thought I had bet on Chargers minus, I believe, 9.5.
Okay.
And so the whole time I'm on the road, I'm thinking, oh, that sucked. But then I get home and I'm like, oh wait, I cashed that out and went somewhere else.
Yeah, you do. I do remember you saying something to me about that.
I was like, that's how you know it's a good one. Yeah, that was a happy surprise. I for sure thought I bet on the Chargers.
Rolling on through this, the Chicago Bears beat the Seahawks 25-24.
Oh man, gonna be interesting to see where Russell Wilson winds up after this year because I don't think it's gonna be in Seattle.
Russell Wilson said on Sunday, or on Thursday, I believe it was, unprompted. So today, actually. Today is Thursday still.
Yep.
Said unprompted that he hopes that Sunday will not be his last home game in Seattle.
I'm not. I don't know, man. It depends. Like, Russell Wilson's still great. We know that. Pete Carroll's still a good coach, but they, I think, just need to rebuild because if you don't start rebuilding early and you wait, then it never works out well and it ends up hurting the whole process. So for Seattle, I mean, you're in a real tough division. The Niners are improving. Obviously, the Rams have a super team, and Arizona, yeah, for the next couple years, the Rams are going to be really tough to beat. And then Arizona, you never know what you're going to get with them, but they've got some players. So it's a rough time. I think right now is the best time to do it. And I think the way that you'd have to start that or really commit to it is getting Russell Wilson out of town.
Yeah,
so I thought it was going to happen last year.
It's just so hard this year.
Yeah, because as that progressed, not so much, but yeah,
it's so hard to just this year to get away from him because you have, let's see, Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, Malik Willis.
I wouldn't even put Malik Willis in that category
as your three quarterbacks.
Yeah, I guess it's your three top guys, but I would rather have Pickett or Corral over Malik Willis for sure. Hey, if somebody picks Malik Willis in the first round, they're absolute morons.
And final note on this game, Matt Nagy did something smart this year.
That never happens.
Justin Fields, who was questionable all the way up to the game, with a high ankle sprain, did not play.
No.
Nick Foles did. Matt Nagy did something smart and decided to try and avoid a Robert Griffin III scenario and play your franchise quarterback with a potential career-altering injury.
Fuck yeah, Nick motherfucking Foles. I forgot to post in the Discord when he was starting. I can do it after the fact. That's okay, right? Fucking get that Discord some love again.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was man. I was very happy to hear that Nick Foles was starting that game.
Yep.
Love me some Nick.
That's really all I got on that game. Matt Nagy's still probably going to lose his job after this season, though.
I don't know, man. I don't
see how you can keep him around.
He should lose his job. I don't know if he's gonna. The Giants are keeping Joe Judge and, from all accounts, Dave Gettleman. So anything is possible.
That is true. Let's move on. Kansas City beat Pittsburgh 36-10. We had a Chad Henne sighting.
Jesus. Yeah, we did. This game was really ugly. Pittsburgh was never in it. You feel bad that this is looking like the end for that, especially with Big Ben there in Pittsburgh, but you don't want to go out that way, but this team just can't.
Pittsburgh, who with a loss, or with the Baltimore loss, they slid into the playoffs a very, very brief time. Or it had the playoffs started Sunday before they played the Chiefs. They now dropped to 11th.
Not where you want to be.
Reminder, the top 7 teams are making it to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. I mean, remember when we thought that division was going to be good? And it's odd. It's one of the worst, man. Like, Cincinnati is I think far and away the best team in the division. Baltimore's banged up, but they've lost games that they have no business losing.
Yeah.
The Browns is the Browns again, and then there's Pittsburgh. So,
Yeah.
I mean, who would have? I'm fairly certain at the start of the season I would have said that Cincinnati would have been the worst team of the division.
I did say that.
And then now I'm probably did too, but I can't remember. And yet here they are. So, did not expect that from the Bengals, but hey, improvement. You love to see it.
Yeah. The Las Vegas Raiders beat the Denver Broncos 17-13, effectively eliminating the Broncos from playoff contention. I know they're 7-8-0, same as the Browns, but the Browns have the tiebreaker, and the Broncos are now sitting in 13th.
Denver has been frauds all year long when they were good. They are just they're really, really not good.
And now the Raiders, with an outside chance, needing a little bit of chaos in front of them to make it slip in. Is it going to happen? Probably not, but
I don't see it happening because the Raiders will chaos themselves out of the playoffs. Like, they could even get some help, and then week 18, they might get the help they need, and then they'll probably lose.
Right.
Typical Raiders stuff.
Dallas beat Washington 56-14. Most notable
42-7 at halftime.
Yeah, 42-7 at halftime, and more notably about this game, or partially notable about this game, the only notable thing about it really is, let me find the news. Defensive tackles Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne had to be separated after they started throwing punches at each other.
I saw
Jonathan Allen threw a punch at Darren Payne, his former Alabama teammate.
Yeah, never good when you got teammates throwing punches at each other.
Two teammates who've known each other for a long fucking time.
Yeah, I feel like that almost makes it a bit more understandable and a bit more, I don't want to say acceptable because it's not. But, it's like fighting with brothers or fighting with, friends you've known a long time or something. I feel like that, it's bound to happen every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but at this point,
it's not good. So I saw, those tier lists where, you put different things in different categories and whatnot, and it just goes from the best to the worst and everything. Somebody did an NFL tier list. I'm sure they probably do it every week. But there were the top 5 tiers. Somehow the Lions made it into the 4th best tier. Then there was the Jags below them, in the Jags and the Giants in the really bad category. And then the bottom category was just ... Oh God. And it was the football team.
They were terrible.
I mean, that was... I thought the Kansas City game was going to be the biggest beatdown of the week. Or maybe Tampa Bay over Carolina. Man, a football team. There wasn't a single...
I turned this game off in the second quarter.
That first practice was not good.
Oh God, no.
that was probably one of the worst days of their lives.
I turned this game off
to practice
after the second quarter. Yeah, practice on Tuesday was probably not good.
I did as well. I very rarely won't finish watching a game. My dad is one of those guys where if he's watching the Lions, he'll turn the game off if they're losing at halftime. I'm not one of those. I will watch a game to the end most times. I couldn't do it. There was no point. Because I had Dallas. I went Dallas alt spread.
That's
the spread, I believe, was 6.5. I believe the spread was 10 or 9 or something. And it was too many points. I didn't like it. I felt like the biggest moron because I could have got way better odds just going the full spread. I mean, it never in doubt. When you know at halftime that you are completely safe from a backdoor cover, it's All right.
Yeah,
We're
this
in a
game was
good spot.
bad.
That was terrible. I was just like, man, I like the football team. We've been kind of riding them there for a little bit, but this was really bad.
Yeah. And the final game, I have nothing else to say about this game. It was that bad.
I mean, I don't even know what happened in the second half. I could not tell you.
Yeah. That is also true.
Could not. I don't know a single thing that happened because I didn't watch it, didn't keep up with it. I actually went to Action and turned my notifications from my bet off because it doesn't matter. Like there's no reason to pay attention.
Yeah. And the final game of the NFL week, the Miami Dolphins beat New Orleans, led by Ian Book, 20-3. Look out now! Look out! Here come the Miami Dolphins, riding, I believe, a 7-game win streak.
7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they faced a very depleted New Orleans team. Ian Book, no Notre Dame quarterback, has won a start since I believe Brady Quinn.
Back in like 2010.
Like Deshaun Kaiser was like 0-11. Like it's unbelievable. I don't think Miami is a threat to do much of anything in the playoffs. They haven't shown me a lot because this win streak has been against some either really bad teams or some really depleted teams. But they're, I think, gonna get in there, like, and they're not backing their way into the playoffs. They are coming straight in. But I don't know if anybody wants to face them, but they might get there. They might just get there. Like they were in like range for a top 5 draft pick early in the season, maybe even top 4.
Yeah.
And 7 wins in a row. I mean, it's hard to do regardless in the NFL because I'm sure Miami's dealing with some stuff too, but 7 wins in a row. I mean, some week can go wrong. You lose a game. I mean, it's impressive regardless.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take anything away from that. But they have not played the best teams.
They got the Titans this week, and then Patriots in 2. They're gonna slide in. I think they're gonna roll in.
They just might. Which, I mean, good for Miami, man. You know, fucking Tuanon. Tuanon's a real thing. Conspiracies against Tua.
Other than that, I think that's the NFL recap.
Yep, I do believe so. So I'm gonna pull up the college picks here.
Okay.
But it's gonna take me a second.
I will switch over to that scene. I believe you have a lead.
In the college picks? Yes, I do.
You have a 2-game lead.
Let's see if that's...
The Dolphins do not have their first round pick this year.
Oh. I remember that now that it's mentioned, but... Who did they trade it to?
The Eagles.
For what? I don't...
That I do not remember.
Why do I feel like it was a running back? I don't know. Whatever. As of right now,
I am 122 and 111. You are 124 and 109.
Since we are doing this a day late, I actually only have a 1-game lead.
Oh, okay.
So in the bowl games, I am 14 and 11. You were 13 and 13. And before you question the math, remember I didn't pick the Florida UCF game in time. But I would have been wrong anyway.
Oh yeah.
But I do still have the one. It is a technical 1-game lead. It's in. I believe I've included it in the records as a loss.
Okay.
So you have made up ground in the last day.
They gave their first round pick this year to the Eagles to go from 3rd to 6th in last year's draft.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so we are going to start. We're going to run through the games that have already happened really quickly here. So find the Pinstripe Bowl, Virginia Tech in Maryland.
I had Maryland.
I had Virginia Tech. That is where you've made up ground, apparently. Side note, Virginia Tech wearing the New York Yankees logo on their helmets because this was the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. Found that interesting. It just looks so funky. The Cheez-It Bowl. Dabo Sweeney got doused with Cheez-Its out of a Gatorade bucket. Clemson and Iowa State. Clemson was plus 1.5.
I had Clemson because Iowa State's been mean to me.
Brock Purdy did not deserve to go out like this. I had Clemson as well. So we both got that one right. The Alamo Bowl. I'm sure this was a tough game for you to pick. Oregon was plus 6.5 against Oklahoma.
Took Bob Stoops.
I did too. I mean, that was an easy one for me. The Duke's Mayo Bowl. I don't know if you saw the Mayo bat that the head coach got after.
So bad.
They doinked him in the head with a bucket the Mayo was in.
Really?
Like the people that were dumping it on him, it hit him in the head with it. I get it's heavy, but come on.
God.
Ridiculous. North Carolina and Sam Howell were minus 5.5. Sam Howell even play? I don't know.
I don't know if he did. I had Mac Brown in North Carolina, and oops.
I did too. Fuck. Yep, these are still games that are happening. Music City Bowl, Tennessee and Purdue. Purdue was minus 2.5.
This game was wild.
I really should have put it on.
I had Purdue. I did pick Purdue.
I had Purdue as well, but all I was seeing on Twitter throughout some of the nonsense we're going to get to in Chump of the Week, that this game was insane, but I did not turn it on. I wish I did. I might have to go back and watch it. I don't know.
This game was wild.
We were in the somewhat minority. Only 49% of the people picked Purdue. So a couple people, I guess, more picked Tennessee. But I don't know why you would. I zero idea why that many people picked Tennessee. No clue. This game currently happening, Michigan State and Pitt in the Peach Bowl. Michigan State is plus 3.5.
I made this pick before Kenny Pickett said he was opting out.
Oh yeah, that's right. You made your pick. See, this is why I waited.
I went with Pitt.
Well, you might end up on the right side of this. Right now I'm looking like I'm on the wrong side of it. I took MSU because Kenny Pickett had opted out, and I mean, Michigan State had players that had opted out too, obviously Kenneth Walker, but they did get a big boost in Jaden Reed and Jalen Naylor playing in this game. So that's why I picked MSU, but with 5:37 to go in the fourth, Pitt leads 21-16, so it's not looking phenomenal.
We're in commercial.
For me.
I have the game on right next to me.
All right, so now we get into the games that haven't started yet. This one starts in about 15 minutes, the Las Vegas Bowl. Wisconsin at 8-4 against Arizona State 8-4. Wisconsin minus 6.5.
I wanted to pick Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
And Herm Edwards. I really did. I believe what he's doing over in Arizona State is something good.
Yep, for sure.
But I have to go with Wisconsin. They play in a much more difficult conference.
Yeah. It would be a very Michigan State thing to do to fuck up the Big Ten's bowl record right now. It looks like they're probably going to do that. But Big Ten is obviously way more tougher than the Pac-12, so I went Wisconsin.
Fair.
I mean, this one shouldn't even be a question, but oh man, we got to bring the people up in this one. This is Gator Bowl, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Wake Forest, number 17 at 10-3, playing their replacement opponent in Rutgers, 5-7 on the year, and getting 11.5. 53% of the people are on stupid Rutgers.
Some people say I'm a man of the people.
I have a feeling you're not here.
I am not. So, Before, when this was Texas A&M,
Mm-hmm.
I did go with Texas A&M, even though they were the dog.
I wouldn't have known what to do there. I didn't make a pick in all of that.
Because the spread was actually kind of similar, if I remember correctly.
By the way, you want to know the live spread on this?
Yes, please.
Rutgers is now getting 16 and a half.
I would still honestly probably take that.
I mean,
I'd still probably take Wake Forest.
So you can tell that the people that are picking here on the ESPN app and the people that are betting on this game are on two totally different sides. Because clearly, I thought, like, that spread's doing that.
Give me Wake Forest either way.
I mean, Wake Forest, it's not even a question. That's stupid Rutgers. I mean, I get that it's weird, and, you know, you're in that backdoor cover territory with a touchdown and a field goal. I just don't think Rutgers can stop Wake Forest in what they do. So,
especially with almost no time to prepare.
Right, like they aren't even supposed to be here, but here they are. Tomorrow at 3:30, one of the college football playoff semifinals, the Cotton Bowl Classic. Cincinnati is getting 13.5, number 4 in the land, against Alabama, number 1. Undefeated versus 12-1, and 62% of the people are on the Crimson Tide.
I really wish I could pick UC here.
It's a weird number.
13.5. I mean, Alabama needs to score 2 touchdowns and they win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Alabama.
I am banking on something that I don't think is going to happening in this pick. I think it's Cincinnati in the points. It's a lot, and I want to see if Cincinnati can just really prove themselves. If they cover, I think they've done that.
That's fair.
Honestly. Like, I don't expect them to win. It'd be incredible if they did. But I am rooting for Cincinnati just because I want to see them validate themselves. And even just keeping it close, keeping it within these 2 touchdowns, 2 scores, whatever, against Alabama, I think they've done that. So I'm on Cincinnati. The Orange Bowl. Should be no shock what I'm doing here, but we'll go to Austin first. Georgia, number 3 in the land, is minus 7.5 against my Michigan Wolverines. 62% of the people are on Michigan.
This game intrigues me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because Alabama gave the whole world the blueprint to beat Georgia's defense.
Oh, did they ever?
But here's the problem with this game.
Michigan's offense is the worst out of the 4.
Not even that. Are they statistically the worst out of the 4?
Barely.
Let's say, because I know Georgia's has not been phenomenal at points.
It's not by much. We had the 12th ranked offense in the country. I think Georgia's was 8th.
Okay. See, it's not even that.
It's probably a difference of a couple points, if that.
It's not even that. Georgia's defense, you have to attack them exactly how Alabama attacked them in the second, third, and fourth quarter of that game. You have to go really, really fast, and you have to go straight at them. Michigan doesn't do a whole lot of that, especially with pace. A lot of the stuff that Michigan did really well against Iowa isn't really going to work as well against Georgia. Especially that wide receiver or that running back pass, that's not going to work at all. I hope Oh,
the Donovan Edwards play.
Yeah. I hope Jim keeps that in the I hope Jim just throws that out for this game.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see that sort of goofiness. I'm willing to bet we'll probably see Michigan State's play the flea flicker tomorrow.
I don't even think that's going to work because Georgia
it's worked every time. I mean, I know Georgia's the best defense in the country.
Georgia does everything so well that Georgia's defense is fun to watch because they do everything almost exactly how you're supposed to. And then they just hit worst case scenario where Nick Saban realized, wait a second, I know how to beat these guys. And I am going Georgia solely because Michigan is not Alabama.
No.
I don't know. In 7.5, I just knocked something off my desk. 7.5 is not a lot. I could see Georgia winning by like 9. I do think this will be the closer of the two games, though, also.
Outside of me, obviously, just being a Michigan fan, I think these two teams match up actually fairly well. They are very similar in a lot of ways, very defensive driven. Like, Georgia's defense and Michigan's defense are, I don't remember what the stats are now, but at one point in scoring defense, they were 1 and 2 in the country. And now, of course, Georgia has, there was a wide gap between us and Georgia, and then everyone else is kind of close. Georgia's defense was just so wild. But I really do think that this is it. I think it is going to be a close game. I don't think this isn't a blowout game to me, whichever way it goes. So even as just like a betting person in that sort of sense, taking Michigan makes sense. I'm obviously going to take Michigan.
And also, the other thing that scares me about this game, I'm going to just throw that out there. Georgia got the wake-up call they needed.
Maybe. We'll see. The layoff in between this time always makes me feel weird because Michigan was really hot at the end of the season, and Georgia obviously with the loss in the championship game, so they are not. With the layoff of 3 weeks, almost a month, basically a month now, you throw that all out the window. Like, how do you carry any momentum? So, like, if this game is played the week after the Big Ten championship game, I mean, I think Michigan wins easily. But it's a tricky situation, man. I think Georgia's obviously really good. But you have to also look at how the SEC has done just putrid in these bowl games that have been Georgia's opponents. I mean, I'm sure they're not all Georgia's opponents, but they've just been getting crucified out there. And meanwhile, the Big Ten, the tougher competition, apparently it seems. And I don't know, maybe Georgia's defense just looked a little bit better than they are because they're still good. They're still great. Don't get me wrong. I think that maybe the SEC this year isn't what everyone thinks that it is. So, like I said, I'm obviously taking Michigan. Go Blue. Hopefully we can pull this out tomorrow. I don't know how many more of these like emotional highs with this team like we're all capable of taking. Like it's been a wild season. It's been a fun season for sure because we haven't experienced this in a long time. So hope we win. Hope Cincinnati wins. Set up a Michigan-Cincy final. I feel like that'd be interesting. But I will take.
It really wouldn't.
I think it would be. I mean, what you want Alabama, Georgia again?
I don't want that either. I think no matter what, the college football final, the championship game it's gonna be another one that's not great for neutral interests.
No, probably not. And I think Alabama, especially like, just offensively, they remind me a lot of Ohio State in a way. and that sets up apparently phenomenally for Michigan. So I think that would be a fun game. But we'll see. We'll see if we get it. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm hoping Michigan wins, but I think regardless, just I mean, nothing that happens tomorrow can take away from what this season has meant to the fan base and everything like that. I know that sounds like you're kind of tempering expectations a little bit, but I mean that's kind of what we've had to do lately. So
That's true.
I mean, we've experienced highs that we haven't felt in a long time. So let's just hope it keeps going. Good stuff. Let's move on. We've been on this game for a while. We move on to New Year's Day, and oh boy, did you have the game on? Did
Yeah,
you
I just
see
saw
what
that.
happened?
Yeah.
Michigan State. What'd they go for 2?
Yep.
Oh man, I have a shot.
You do.
How much time is left?
252.
250. Oh, my actions. Why is Action giving me notifications? I didn't bet on this game. So yeah, Action says 258.
Oh, it might be 258. I can't. I saw 25 and then something.
Oh, okay.
So.
Outback Bowl, New Year's Day, Penn State. Pants State. I'm sorry. Wait, huh? Now it says it's MSU 24, Pitt 21. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. They were down 5.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Penn State -4.5 against number 21 Arkansas. 72% of the people are on the Dogs.
I can't take Penn State. Give me Arkansas.
By Dogs, I obviously mean underdogs. I obviously know that are Razorbacks. Who'd you take?
Give me Arkansas.
I'm on Arkansas as well.
I can't take Penn State. I can't.
Especially if you're giving me points to pick against Penn State, and a ranked team with a better record. I know the SEC. I'm basically contradicting everything I just said about the SEC, but Penn State is not good. We know that. So I'm on the Razorbacks, mainly because Brett Bielema is not there anymore.
That is true.
The Fiesta Bowl. I don't even know who it's sponsored by anymore, but I miss Tostitos. Number 5, Notre Dame just missing out in the college football playoff at 11-1 against Oklahoma State, who looked awful against Baylor in the Big 12 championship. OK State, the Pokies, getting 2.5.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Give me Mike Gundy.
What? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Mike Gundy.
There's just too much going on around the Notre Dame program right now. I don't know if Marcus Williamson's had enough time.
Marcus Freeman.
Or Marcus Freeman, thank you.
Ohio State alum.
I know, that's the thing. I don't know if he's had enough time.
I think from all indications that current Notre Dame team really likes Marcus Freeman.
Yes.
So I think they go out there and I think they play the game of their damn lives against OK State tomorrow. I like Mike Gundy. He's a man. He's 40. He's a bit older than 40 now.
He's a little older than 40 now.
But I can't believe I'm doing. I haven't picked Notre Dame a lot this year, but I'm picking Notre Dame here. Probably gonna bite me in the ass, but we'll see. Citrus Bowl, 1 p.m. New Year's Day. Iowa, number 15 in the land at 10-3. They face off against Kentucky. Now, Kentucky is ranked lower, but they are the 1.5-point favorite here.
I have zero reason to pick Iowa. Zero. Iowa is putrid.
I mean, I won't say they're putrid. They're not good by any means.
Give me Kentucky.
The defense is good. I think the Iowa defense is good. They get some of the weirdest turnovers I've ever seen. So if Kentucky's smart with the ball, they can win this game. I don't know why, man. I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna. Fucking give me Iowa. I really don't know why. It's one of those feelings. Well, here we go. The Rose Bowl game means more, or should mean more than it really does. Kind of wish it was a playoff game this year, so Michigan could be in the playoff and play in the Rose Bowl. That'd feel pretty good. But we got Utah number 11, plus 7.5, facing off against the Buckeyes of Ohio State, and we'll bring in the people. 67% of the people are on your Buckeyes.
This game just continues to kick me in the dick because it's at 5 o'clock. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff.
I mean, that's usually what a Rose Bowl is, isn't it?
No. It's like 4, 3:30, 4 o'clock.
I feel like 4, maybe 5. I feel like it never really moves around.
Meaning this game is probably not going to get done till about 10.
Well, I don't know about that. It is on ESPN, so that helps you out. If it was on Fox, it would probably last until 2022.
This game is happening in 2022.
Fuck, 2023.
I was about to say,
God damn it.
Give me Ohio State, even with the opt-outs of Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson.
Hey, I don't think it matters.
I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to matter enough.
Apparently, I hadn't picked this game yet.
Oh, fair enough. But give me Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm on Ohio State, too. I just think they're so much better. I know Utah handled Oregon both times they played them.
Yes, they did.
When, Ohio State lost to Oregon, but the Ohio State team that we saw early in the year was not the Ohio State team that we saw the rest of the year. So, give me Ohio State. I just don't think that Utah can stop the offense that Ohio State possesses, even with the opt-outs. I really don't think it matters.
Side note, the quarterback playing for Pitt, that is obviously not Kenny Pickett, has the athleticism and why the fuck is the camera showing a guy just in a dark coach's box?
Sorry, what?
So the camera panned to, I believe, what I would assume is Pitt's offensive coordinator, but in his coach's box, there was no lights on. It was just pitch black.
oh no.
Fuck.
Isn't that... Where's the Peach Bowl? Isn't that at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in
Yeah.
Atlanta? It's a new stadium. Why doesn't it have lights in the coach's box?
Oh no, Michigan State's defensive backfield is happening. What I was
Of course it is.
What I was about to say though is the quarterback playing for Pitt might have the pocket presence and athleticism of a traffic cone.
That is not a ringing endorsement.
Like, I was just watching. I just kind of looked over and saw him trying to scramble, and it was like the ugliest thing ever.
Jesus Christ. Sugar Bowl. We got number 7 Baylor plus 2.5 against Matt Corral and Ole Miss.
Is Matt Corral playing this game?
I don't know. I haven't heard. Let me Google this, because that will affect the pick.
Yes, it will.
Yes, he is playing the Sugar Bowl.
Give me Matt Corral and Ole Miss then.
Yeah, I mean, I know Baylor showed out against OK State, but I'm gonna take Ole Miss. Give me some Matt Corral. I love me some Matt Corral.
True Lions quarterback.
And I hope so. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna get him, but we'll see. Final bowl game, because obviously we have the national championship game to pick next week. That's on the 10th, so we have another week to do that. The Texas Bowl on the 4th. I forgot there's always that one bowl game that's like later into the year for whatever reason. I still can't get over the fact.
Yeah, it's usually like it used to be the Gator Bowl. I think Pitt's quarterback just threw a pick 6.
Uh-oh.
I think. So Michigan State, I believe won it. Michigan State's defense too.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, still can't believe it. It's a new year. It's not. It'll be 2022. God, that's hilarious though. This game's gonna last until 2022. It's starting in 2020.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Texas Bowl, LSU. I don't think Brian Kelly's on the sideline for this one. They are -1.5, 6-6 on the year against Kansas State. Who the fuck cares?
Ed Orgeron's last game at LSU. Give me LSU.
Give me Coach O one more time. And those are the college picks.
NFL picks. I am 131 and 109. Jordan is 129 and 111.
Didn't have the greatest week. It was all right. You did have a better week this week. Were we tied? I think we might have been tied last week.
I believe so.
Who in the hell is Bevel from MSU? He's the one that had the pick.
I don't know. I think he was a linebacker.
Haven't heard. Hey, there we go. Good stuff.
If it's a linebacker, I love it.
No Thursday night game this week, thank God. We have the Atlanta Falcons and the Buffalo Bills kicking off the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. Bills are -14.5 as a big number.
Give me Atlanta here.
Ooh, I don't know.
14.5 is a big number. Yeah.
I'm going to take Buffalo just because Atlanta's really not good. Probably going to regret that, but give me Buffalo. The 2-13 Jags and the Foxborough. It's a big-ass spread. Pats -15.5.
I know I just said 14.5 was a big spread. And 15.5 is bigger.
But it's the Jags.
The Jags are terrible. Live odds for this game are New England is a 16-point favorite. Give me New England. Trevor Lawrence isn't going to throw a touchdown in this game either.
Probably not.
Throw a touchdown pass. Give me New England.
If the Jags go out and win this game, I might cease to exist. Goodness gracious. Kansas City Chiefs, they're on the road. They take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Big game for the Bengals. They are +4.5. That's not as much as I expected.
Live odds are Bengals +5. I don't want to pick the Chiefs. I want to pick the Bengals. The Bengals have been good to me the past few weeks in picks.
They have indeed.
But I just think that this Chiefs defense, or this Chiefs offense, is just something else. I don't think the Bengals defense is going to be able to stop it, at least to a point where they're going to cover the spread.
This Chiefs team has been a different animal, possibly than we've ever seen them be before. Because even in, the last 2 years, they've been really good, but they don't cover. Last 7 weeks, I think they're 6-0, 7-0 against the spread. And it's a weird number. I will take the Chiefs here. I mean, big game for the Bengals if they go out there and show out, good for them. But until KC does me wrong again, I feel like I have to stick with them.
Yeah.
The LA Rams, I feel like this spread is so close simply because we don't know what Lamar Jackson's status is. I believe he's currently questionable. Rams in Baltimore. Baltimore getting 3.5.
Give me the Rams.
I mean, I'm taking LA regardless of whether Lamar plays, so we'll keep it there. People are massively split. 75% of the people on the Rams there.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Raiders against the Colts. Got a funky spread
Jonathan
here.
Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean the Colts. I say the spread, but it's not going to change my answer.
-7.5. Colts and Colts. Got it. Goodness gracious. The Miami Dolphins, red hot right now, but playing some garbage teams. They take on the Tennessee Titans. Titans minus 3.5, which lately for the Titans has been a bit of an issue.
I may regret this. Just maybe. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins.
God. I'm going to take the Titans. I don't want to because this feels like a field goal Tennessee win to me, which means they wouldn't cover. But I'm going to take Tennessee. Miami has just played nobody. Tennessee has been crap as of late. They've been winning, but they haven't really been winning convincingly. Maybe they get right. I don't know. They need Derrick Henry back in a bad way. Give me Tennessee. The New York Giants. Oh, my. I don't want to pick. Can I just not pick this game?
I mean,
is that a thing I can do?
In
Giants
theory.
and Bears. Bears minus 5.5. It's probably the only time this has happened all year. 76% of the people are on the Bears.
So this, for some reason, is not the lowest ticket price we will see this week.
Oh, no.
Somehow it's not. We have two lower ticket prices than this
Ew.
one. I have several, actually. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lower than this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. But if you have $60 and you're in the Chicago area.
60.
If you have $60 and you're in the Chicago area, go to anything else. Do anything else. But go to this game.
Good God. Why are the prices so high?
I don't know. Give me the Bears here.
I mean,
Whether or not if Justin Fields plays, give me the Bears. If Nick Foles plays, give me the Bears.
I mean, fuck the Bears, but I can't pick the Giants.
Give me the Bears.
The Giants are on dysfunction levels almost to Jacksonville, if not just as bad. Bears aren't good, but they ain't the Giants, so give me Chicago. Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, this spread's close. Against the Washington football team plus 3.5.
Give me the football team. Is in a bounce back.
Really?
I've liked the football team. I don't like the Eagles. The Eagles have not been great to me.
They have been. I mean, I'm pretty indifferent on the Eagles. After what the football team did last week, I can't do it. I just can't. Give me Philly.
This could be. I could see this being the game where Philly. They have been playing good.
Offensively, they look to be a bit of a problem some weeks.
I could see this being the week where they just kind of suck.
Maybe.
Because they have...
Oh, no.
They have Chargers-esque weeks. Like...
They do.
Where they played the Giants in 13-7 loss a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that made no sense.
Yeah.
But if you're the football team, man, how do you bounce back from that? Like, that's one of the worst games I've ever seen. You get a 50 burger dropped on you in the NFL, and you did not a single thing right. How are you going to do enough things right to win a game? Goodness gracious.
I think a lot of that just comes down to how good Dallas actually is right now.
Maybe.
Let's move on, though.
It could. But yeah, give me Philly. Why is this spread not bigger? Bucks at Jets. Tom Brady gets to face a team who throughout his whole career he has just mollywopped. The goddamn Jets getting 13.5.
So the live spread is 13. Jets plus 13.
down, huh?
Yep, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is solely because that Tampa defense sometimes looks really bad.
Yeah, but the Jets as a whole look really bad.
Either way, give me Tampa to win by 2 touchdowns or more.
That's easy. Tampa. I don't know if I picked the Jets all year long.
I have not.
Like even against the Jags, I took the Jags. I mean, it didn't work out well for me, but I took the Jags. Tampa. 7-8 Denver Broncos. Wow, the people really don't like them against the inconsistent as all hell LA Chargers. Chargers only -5.5 though.
Give me the Chargers.
They did just lose by 12 to the Texans.
Give me the Chargers here.
They're inconsistent as all hell, so maybe that means they're in for a good week this week. I don't know. LA, please don't let me down. Justin Herbert go out there and throw for 400, please. Chargers. Team that beat the Chargers, unfortunately, last week, the Houston Texans, on the road, traveling to Santa Clara to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Niners -12.5. And the people, 52% of the people are on the Texans.
So, I know we said that Houston may have solved a problem.
They solved a singular problem, and that's the quarterback problem, Davis Mills. They have so many more.
They still have a shit ton of problems. Give me San Francisco here.
Yeah, I don't see Houston doing that 2 weeks in a row. I just don't. So I will also take the Niners. Oh, we've been into the 4 o'clock slate. Alrighty.
Yeah.
The cold as hell Arizona Cardinals. They take on the hot as hell Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys -5.5.
Dallas.
No question here, Dallas. This next game, I don't know what's going on. Carolina Panthers and New Orleans Saints. Saints are -7.5. Is something changed? Are they getting someone back, or is Ian Book starting again?
The injury report does not say. Either way, give me the Saints. Like, Carolina right now is just dead.
Oh, man. I don't know what to do.
I could regret this because I could get backdoored here.
It's where I'm kind of leaning.
But...
And I'm going to take Carolina for that reason. All right, so hold on. Let me look at the injury report here. A few more. No, there's no quarterbacks at all on the injury report. So, man, I don't know. Give me Carolina. They find a way to only lose by a touchdown or less. I mean, Saints are not good right now either. 2-12-1 Detroit Lions. Oh, we're heading to a bad place. Heading to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks are dead, but they're -6.5.
Detroit's going to cover. They're going to lose, but they're going to cover.
It's a spread for Detroit that I don't know if I like. I mean, the Seahawks did just lose to the Bears.
Who did also beat the Lions, though, twice. With 2 separate quarterbacks.
Yes. Yes, they did. But we were playing better than the Bears for the majority of that game. So, man, I'll take the Lions because they've been good to me. I picked them at right times. So I will take the Lions here as well. Why is that at 425? Why is that a 425 game? You're killing me. Oh, Fox or CBS better have a good game on in the 1 o'clock slate. Sunday Night Football, NFC North divisional rivals, Minnesota Vikings. Got a good offense. That's about it. They take on the Green Bay Packers. Packers are -6.5.
Give me the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's got to be Green Bay, right? I feel like this is the biggest spread on the people this week. It's 77% on Green Bay. Yeah, I got to take the Packers. I mean, like the Minnesota offense, but I think they did lose Adam Thielen, if I remember correctly. He's not on the injury report, so I don't know. Maybe not.
They may have got him back. I don't know.
But I'll take Green Bay to win by a touchdown. I mean, it seems like an easy one for me. And Monday Night Football, the Browns. Are they the Browns? We'll find out in what could be Ben Roethlisberger's last home game. Is likely Ben Roethlisberger's last home game at Heinz Field. Steelers are plus 2.5.
Yeah, that's about how I feel about this game. I think solely because this is Ben Roethlisberger's last home game as a Pittsburgh Steeler.
I mean, he ain't going anywhere else.
And his last game at Heinz Field.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Steelers here.
I want the Steelers to win this one. I mean, I don't know if it is going to help them out a whole lot. I don't think they find a way into the playoffs, even if they win this game, especially with that tie. But yeah, Pittsburgh just let Big Ben have one good moment at home. Finally, to probably end the career. So I will take the Steelers and Big Ben. And those, mercifully, are the picks. We picked a ton of games this week.
Yeah. Okay, it is time.
And the bulk of the show.
Yeah. It is time for Champ and Chump of the Week. I will start with my champ. My champ comes from the Gasparilla Bowl.
Are those words that you ever thought you'd say?
No.
I didn't even know that bowl game existed until this year.
I did, unfortunately. My champ is the UCF Golden Knights. Or are they just the Knights now? I can't remember.
I believe they're the Golden Knights?
No, they're just the Knights.
Have they been the Golden Knights before?
I believe at one point they were. If I remember correctly, I feel like they were.
Things I didn't know, but then I don't really keep up with UCF.
Anyhow, the UCF Knights, the University of Central Florida Knights, are my champ of the week. They beat Florida in their first time beating Florida in, I think, 30 some odd tries or something like that. If I remember, it was the number that I saw, and I could even expand this to just group of 5 teams in general. Because the group of 5 teams in this bowl season have been very good.
Hey, good stuff. You love to see it.
And I'm going UCF a bit more in particular because, again, they beat Florida. A few years back, they had that question of, are they legit? And then they kind of fell off.
A little bit.
And they're finally going to be a Power 5 team here in, I believe, 2 years.
Where are they headed?
Big 12.
Huh. I suppose I would have thought ACC, but all right.
Yeah. They are, yeah.
Maybe the Big 12 will have 12 teams in it again.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So that is my my champ of the week.
We've already been over my champ of the week in a way, but I feel like it has to be John Madden. I mean, that kind of makes yours feel like insignificant, which isn't my intent, but I mean, incredible dude, incredible career, incredible life. And he will definitely be missed all over the game of football and everything. I mean, there's people that don't give a shit about football who know who John Madden is. So I mean, the guy is just incredible, and he will definitely be missed. And R.I.P. Rest in peace, man.
I don't have much to add to that, so I'll go to my chump of the week. Mine, I could have went a couple places with mine. But mine, and this could almost be fitting in a way with your champ of the week.
Okay.
Because of how much John Madden cared about football.
Definitely did that.
My chump of the week is a combination of the NFL and how they do TV schedules and networks.
Okay.
I was sitting and I was talking with my mom on Sunday, and it made me finally realize that here in Michigan, we see the same 4 fucking teams every week. Pretty much.
Basically.
It's the Lions, which I don't have an issue with seeing the Lions if they're playing, because they're the local team.
I was going to say, I mean, there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, they're the local team. Then it's Patriots. Even last year when the Patriots were terrible, we still saw the Patriots. For whatever reason. It's the Cowboys every week. Last week, yes, they were on prime time, but every week it's the Cowboys either way. And right now it's the Chiefs. They're that 4th team.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Chiefs games this year. I mean, the Chiefs, I feel like it's probably because they play in primetime a lot.
Yes. But it's hit a point, like, and then the thing that even gets me even more. Go ahead.
Did you mention the Cowboys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. They were the second one. Well, they were the The Cowboys, see the Cowboys every week. This week, yes, it's because they were in prime time.
And that's a major problem, though, because the Cowboys are the game of the week infuriatingly often, when that division, the last 3 years, has been so terrible.
And then, to just piggyback on the television networks themselves, right now, this time of year when we're getting to playoff football, why the fuck is Fox not showing a 4 o'clock game? Why are they showing Colin Cowherd's Christmas special at 4 o'clock?
Huh?
You did? Oh yeah, you weren't home.
I'm glad I was on the road during that. What the hell?
Yeah.
Hell, they could have just, if All Madden was a Fox documentary, they could have just put that there.
That would have at least been slightly fitting.
I mean, he hadn't even passed away yet, but like
that would have been football related. Better.
People would have loved that. I mean, who hates that? Everybody that watched that documentary at any point is like, man, it was awesome. I loved it.
That would at least be football related and fitting, but no. They're showing Colin Cowherd's Herd for the Holidays at 4 o'clock instead of showing NFL football.
What the hell is that?
It's Colin Cowherd's Christmas special.
What does he do for a Christmas special? What could he possibly do?
He looks back at the year of sports.
The year of sports or his year of shitty opinions?
Probably his year of shitty opinions.
I mean, when you have a segment in your show where Colin was right and where Colin was wrong, you host the show.
Yeah, we're showing
He's wrong
that.
A lot.
And that's just something that, like, I hadn't really thought about it until my mom said something to me about it last week. Actually, I think we were sitting, it might have even been on Saturday for Christmas dinner. She said something, and down in Florida, where we had 3 teams in Florida, we had the Dolphins, we had Tampa, and then we had Jacksonville.
Yep.
We still saw more variety. We didn't just see those 3 teams. We still saw significantly more variety than what we do here in Michigan. And it makes no sense, and I think it honestly has to do a lot with either NFL TV scheduling or just networks, CBS and Fox being
what? Oddly enough, what were the 4 teams you named? Lions, obviously.
Lions,
Cowboys.
which I'm okay with the Lions.
I mean,
Lions,
literally, there's nothing you can do
yeah,
about that.
they're the local team.
We live in Michigan. So.
Yeah, they're the local team. That one doesn't bother me. I don't watch the Lions just because they're not, like, more often than not, they're not worth watching. To me.
More often than not, yes, that's true.
I said Patriots because we see the Patriots almost every week, or at least it fucking feels like it.
A little bit.
Cowboys, Chiefs, which that's partially understandable because they're the hot team right now.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Cowboys, Patriots, Chiefs. Yep. The Lions, so there's 3, and then you count the local team.
Yep.
And then again, the herd for the holidays, stupidity, and then PBR fight, or not PBR, PBC, whatever, professional boxing fight camp after Colin Cowherd's 30-minute herd for the holidays show. Like,
you know what team that should be in there but isn't?
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green Bay.
Yeah.
There are plenty of Green Bay fans here in Michigan that don't want to root for the Lions because they're no good. And, like, there's tons, even just in our town. There's a lot of Green Bay Packer fans.
And we do actually see Green Bay a decent bit.
A decent bit, but not as much as you would think.
Yeah, we should see Green Bay more than we see the Patriots.
Easily. I mean, I get, like, when Tom Brady was there because, I mean, they were perpetual contenders. They were the Chiefs, basically. Yeah. I get that, but, like, now, I get that they're on a hot streak currently, but, like, come on.
Like, yeah, we should definitely see Green Bay more than we should see fucking Dallas.
The Dallas thing, you have your 4 teams there, but Dallas is the one that bothers me so much. Not because they choose to put that game, on our networks, but it's the game of the week so often.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a Troy Aikman thing, and he's pulling some strings to get that to happen. There's no reason Dallas and New York and the Giants should be a game of the week.
Yeah.
Giants are terrible.
Yeah.
But we see the Cowboys so often. Like, America's team, bullshit. Nobody outside of Dallas likes the Cowboys.
I think the last time we ourselves did not see Dallas was probably their bye week.
Probably. I mean, there have been some weeks where we didn't even have a Fox game or a CBS game. We were stuck with one game.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because, like, CBS will show fucking monster truck rallies instead of football, or
the SRX when that was happening.
Yeah. And usually Fox shows their shitty free boxing.
Ugh.
PBC fight camp and just
boxers we've never heard of.
Yeah. So that's my chump of the week. I don't get how, especially right now, your TV schedule is so limited. In the NFL, you obviously having lived in Michigan your whole life,
yep,
it's very easy for you to watch the team you root for.
Of course.
The NFL makes it impossible unless you have DirecTV's Sunday Ticket.
Yeah.
Which you have to pay an extra $60 on top of, or $70 on top of your regular TV provider to watch live games.
Yeah.
In fact, the only way you can do it here in America is with DirecTV Sunday Ticket.
Or illegally.
Yeah, or illegally. The only legal way in America. And I just... Yeah, if you fucking care about your product, make it easier to watch games. I don't get it. Who's your chump of the week? I could rant about this for a while. I had never thought about it, and then my mom said something to me about it the other day.
How much were you on Twitter today? Because if you've been on Twitter any substantial amount, then it should be obvious.
I've been on a little bit.
And I can't believe I've been doing this. Or I can't believe I'm doing this because I've been sticking up for the guy for weeks and weeks and weeks. Brandon Brown.
I saw
You
that.
hear about this yet?
Yep, I saw that.
Brandon Brown. The NASCAR Xfinity Series driver that is the unfortunate motivation for the anti-Joe Biden let's go Brandon stuff. And don't get me wrong, I am a liberal guy. I don't love Joe Biden either, but he's the best option we got. Brandon Brown, for weeks and weeks and weeks, he didn't comment on anything about that. He stayed away from anything political. He would tweet things like "Let's go Brandon," not political, just "Let's go everybody named Brandon." Fine, love it, great, perfect. 2 days ago, has a New York Times, has a Newsweek piece that he doesn't want to be political. He doesn't want to be that guy. He doesn't want to be a mouthpiece for political stuff. He doesn't want to be he doesn't want the whole world to know who he's voting for. He wants no part of that. And I don't blame him, because the political landscape of America right now is a wild place to be. So you say that. And I will preface this with saying Brandon Brown owns his own team, Brandon Built Motorsports, that is an underfunded team. They have problems finding sponsorship, and that was even more amplified with the Let's Go Brandon stuff, because companies that otherwise might have sponsored him wanted no part of being associated with that, and it wasn't even his own fault. So he comes out in those pieces, says, I don't want to be political. I don't want to be that guy. It's really hurting me. I can't find sponsorship. Well, today he about-faced on that. He literally 2 days ago, that article came out. 2 days. And today, he embraced it. He embraced Let's Go Brandon. He embraced everything about it, whether he wants to admit it or deflect or not. Because he announced his sponsor, his primary sponsor, in a 30-some race Xfinity Series schedule, is the cryptocurrency meme coin, aka shitcoin, LGB coin. Let's Go Brandon coin. Now, there are so many problems with it. First off, you sound like a hypocrite, because you didn't want to embrace any bit of that. And then you just bring them on. And you could say, well, maybe it's out of necessity. Maybe that's the only option he had. How is a coin, how is a cryptocurrency that's current value in the limited places you can buy it, because it's not on crypto.com, it's not anywhere notable. How does a cryptocurrency that has a current selling price of 0.0000001 cents, how are they going to fund a full NASCAR schedule that cost has to be in the millions? How? It's not possible. LGB coin is a meme coin, and it's a scam. It's a grift, and like Brandon has all of a sudden just like he's opened up so many cans of worms because this isn't going to be profitable for him. I wouldn't be shocked if before the season even starts that ceases to exist.
Let's say NASCAR has yet to officially approve of it.
Well, and it's another point. I mean, there's so many things wrong. There are so many things wrong with it. So it is an absolutely worthless Bitcoin. And they even tell you that on the website. They say, do not buy this if you have any intention to try and resell it. That is paraphrasing, but that is what is listed at the bottom of their website.
Solid.
So now let's get in to the approval thing, because NASCAR and people on the conservative side of things want to pretend that this is a new thing, but it is not. It has always been a thing that NASCAR has to approve sponsors and approve paint schemes. They always have. When the initial announcement from Brandon Built Motorsports came around, they decided to say that the paint scheme that it had been approved by NASCAR. Oh, really? It comes out hours later. It hadn't. How about that? So the whole, if you read into the mission of LGB Coin, they say when people see this car and when people hear our name and they hear "Let's Go Brandon," we want them to think "Let's Go America." They don't want it to be, fuck Joe Biden. They don't want it to be that. No. That's exactly what they want. Because I am convinced that them announcing that NASCAR approved it before they actually did and showing it out there is the way to either force approval or to have a storyline after the fact if it doesn't get approved, where they're censoring right-wing blah blah blah. It's just the whole scenario is ridiculous. It has not been received well. Matt DiBenedetto's out here eating dog food for whatever reason.
So all I'm gonna say to answer your one question of how would they possibly be able to fund a full NASCAR season?
They can't.
Let's Go Brandon Coin, according to CoinMarketCap, which I've never heard of. Your whole spiel, I was doing a little bit of research on this, is up 52% in the past 24 hours.
Yes, and it's still worth less than 100,000th of a cent.
But here's the issue with that. It's the same issue with any meme cryptocurrency. There are idiots who will buy it.
They might. It's worthless, but they might.
Like, there's still people who buy.
I mean, there are people currently buying it.
Yeah.
And they have said that, like, there were people that even are on, in the Let's Go Brandon crowd that were turned off by it because of the hoops they had to jump through to buy it. It is a scam.
Yeah, they don't want people buying it, but there's people who are going to buy it, unfortunately.
Somehow, some way.
Like, I was just doing some...
It's a pump and dump cryptocurrency. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not going to survive. Dogecoin was only ever popular because of notable people that were like, hey, this is funny, cool stuff.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be brought to that level.
No.
Because nobody's going to want to be a part of this.
Correct.
It's unbelievable. It's like, I thought Matt DiBenedetto had the biggest and most sudden heel turn in NASCAR. Brandon Brown has done exactly that, because there were so many people that were on his side. because we felt bad for him that he couldn't find sponsorship, and his dream of being a NASCAR driver might die because he can't find sponsorship because of this chant that wasn't even his own fault. And then he goes out and does this, something that is, and if he was making money off of this, like if this was going to fund his race team, then whatever. But it's not.
Yeah,
There's no chance that it can. And this is all about the statement of you embracing that, and you saying, well, I didn't want to be that guy, but I'm that guy now.
Yeah.
And the argument is like, oh, well, what if they don't approve the scheme? What, Brandon Brown's just fucked then? He's fucked either way.
Yeah.
There's no way that, like, the main question that is being asked about this whole thing right now, when do the checks start bouncing? In March or April? Like, there's no way.
January.
And I mean, it's just right. Yeah, before they, I don't know if that scheme, whether it gets approved or not, makes it onto his car at any point in the season. I don't see it happening. It is just unbelievable. And I mean, what they probably paid him in the cryptocurrency would be my guess. Maybe he was just that desperate. They probably paid him in that, because like there is no way. I mean, what, he might be able to make a couple $1,000 on it if they gave him a sufficient enough amount. I mean, we don't know, but there's no way they have the cash to spend on a race team. So my assumption is they gave him this shit coin, and
according to Brandon Brown, the full amount has been paid up front and is in US dollars.
There's no way. There is feasibly zero way. That must have he must have said that after the podcast started, because I hadn't seen that yet. There's no chance. How? Where are they getting it? An absolutely worthless shitcoin. Where are they getting the money to fund? Because it was announced they are the primary sponsor. They're their primary partner. Where are they getting the money to fund an entire race season? There's zero chance. Dogecoin sponsored a race team before for one race.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, yeah, and that's all they had, and Dogecoin was hot. This is in the depths of hell. This is down there. It's not even on any major crypto trading places.
It never will be.
There's no chance. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think crypto's a bit of a sham anyway. But this is a different fucking animal. But Brandon Brown lost a lot of sympathy from a lot of people today. And I don't see this as a smart business move, because now, I know he was struggling to find sponsorship before. He won't ever find a sponsor again. Unless it's from like Alex Jones and InfoWars. I don't know.
Let's move on to one for the road.
I don't like getting like political on the show, but like when you get this ridiculous and you literally just become a hypocrite, and you go out and do this thing that is just so unbelievably stupid for your entire career, like something would have come up. But now this is gonna have this sink or swim for him. I think it either succeeds, which it won't, or it doesn't, which it won't. Basically how it is. But yes, one for the road. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here so I can go to bed. My one for the road. I could go one of two places, because I know what I'm going to watch this weekend, and that's gonna be all Madden.
Yes, sir. If that's not your one for the road, it's honorary one for the road at least.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where all it's at right now, but I know it's on Peacock. I don't know if it's on the free version or the paid version or whatever. I have the paid version, but you can watch it there, even if you just pay the $5 to watch it on Peacock. If that's only where it's at, do it. It's great.
That's my one for the road honorary. A secondary one, if you... Why is there an ad playing? Why? Secondary, we have some good NFL action on that's worth watching this week. So find an NFL game and watch some NFL football. The bowl game, there's good football on Saturday with the bowl games. So find some football. Enjoy the last couple of weeks we have of a lot of football, because here in a little over a month, I believe we got 6 weeks left. And then we're going to be football-less, other than the, USL? Or US?
I was gonna say you're forgetting something, the USFL.
Yeah, the USFL. We're going to be
Michigan Panthers, baby, let's
mostly
go.
football-less until August. So find some football, watch some football, and we'll have a good have fun with that.
I mean, mine's obvious. Michigan, Georgia, tomorrow, Orange Bowl. Let's go. Get this done. Keep this train rolling, and see if we can't make this season even more incredible than it already has been for a lot of Michigan fans. So let's keep that going. Beat Georgia tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I think regardless, that's going to be the better of the two games.
Yes.
We'll see. I did take Cincinnati in the points, but it's Alabama. You never know. Wild times, but that Georgia and Michigan should be the better game. Watch that one if you're only going to watch one of them.
Yes. So with that being said, we are out of here. Have a good New Year, everybody. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. Fuck
yeah.
Dan. Also, if your name is Dan Snyder, don't have a good New Year's Eve.
Don't have a good anything.
Yeah, if your name is Dan Snyder, don't. Next week, we will do our stupid person of 2021.
It's gonna require a lot of thought.
I already know my stupid person.
I think I do too.
I have mine. Mine's the one that said Tim Tebow was getting blackballed from the NFL.
Oh, well, that's not who I thought it was.
Who did you think mine was? Oh, no.
Thought it might be Horace.
No. We will. And then
I don't want to go up against Horace, man. Michigan and Alabama's in the final. Man, the energy of Horace. I don't want to go up against that.
You don't want that. And then
don't want that smoke, man.
We'll have our champ of 2021 and our chump of 2021 also.
Yeah.
So other than that, like I said, have a good, safe New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day. Don't do stupid stuff, and stupid stuff won't happen to you.
Sounds about right.
Fuck Dan Snyder. Jordan, any final thoughts?
Fuck Dan Snyder. Fuck the Bears. Yeah. I don't know. Go blue.
Fair enough. So
basically it.
With that being said, then we want to thank you for a good 2021 of podcasts.
Fun times all around.
And thank you for making us a part of your evening, wherever you may be watching, however you may be watching and or listening. Until next week, peace out, stay classy. There will be no backdoor cover tomorrow because of the holiday, because I will be away from home.
I mean, well, and obviously I'll be watching the game. So.
Oh yeah, that is at 7:30. I forgot about that.
Yep.
So, peace out, stay classy. See ya.